Okay, so Carolita, I want to ask you a personal question. Do you ever get tired?
There are times where I'm emotionally drained, and usually it's after. I would say the thing that I don't like the most is when it comes to disciplining officers. It's very necessary. It's a very necessary task that we have to do because we have to maintain and instill discipline within the Houston Police Department. But yes, sometimes those can be the most draining moments or experiences. And when you get home, you don't want to do anything but veg. I call it veg, or just maybe watch TV and kind of decompress. But it's yes, I do get tired, but it's not usually physical. I mean, well, it's
Mhm.
physical if you don't get enough sleep, because there are times where we get called out in the middle of the night, and I've learned how to make my office a bedroom. But just to get it, just so that I can get the sleep that I need, so that I don't have to hit the road and while I'm sleepy. But yes, I do get tired, and emotionally it's more emotional
Right.
tiredness than it is the physical.
So I have more for you, Commander Carolita. So this is cool. I want to talk about and get transparent with you regarding solving crimes in our community. I'd like to know, why is it so, or is it incredibly challenging? And how important is it for the community to trust law enforcement? And what can law enforcement do to build that relationship regarding solving crime in the community?
So first, let me say that solving crime has become very challenging for us because we have two major challenges. One, we've experienced more violence than we've ever experienced. And number two, we continue to struggle to maintain our staffing. So, with the staffing shortages, being in a city that is over or approximately or over 600 square miles, and with a law enforcement staff at about 5,000, we really and we desperately need more officers on the street. The other problem is with the violence, the escalation of the violence. Criminals, they're very tech savvy. Criminals, and our biggest threat is the ones that are more organized. We have to be better at going after the networks of the criminals. But in order to do those things, we need information. We need intelligence. In order to get the information, in order to solve those crimes, it takes cooperation from the community. And that's why it's so important to me to be transparent with the community. That's why, I remember what you said earlier. You let them know that I do a lot of virtual meetings with the community, and I go to their space, okay, because I want to hear from them. But that partnership, I can't say enough about it, because getting people to trust us with that information. And I know some people feel like, I don't want to bother you. Please don't worry about bothering me. I give out my phone number. I don't own that phone. The city owns that phone. I give that phone number like I'm giving out candy, because I want people to call me. And yes, I answer the phone even when I'm off duty, because I want to know what's going on. I want to make sure that we're addressing those needs. I want to be able to solve. I don't want to miss an opportunity to solve a crime, because sometimes it's just a simple connection between you and a key person within the community. But yes, we are faced with the challenges because we are dealing with a level of violence that we just, unfortunately, we have not experienced. Um, and so it's really important that we do connect, and that we stay connected with the community, and that they do trust us. So I hope that one of the things, I don't know I don't know where the listeners are coming from, but wherever you are, if you're listening to this, get to know your local law enforcement. Get to know your local leadership is so important. We don't always know where you're at. I try to get out, and I'll drive around and stop and talk to my business owners, my apartment managers. I try to, my club owners, a lot of them know me. So I try to get to know these people, but I'm one person. You know, initiate that conversation with that patrol officer that's eating dinner or that stopped, doing whatever he's doing. But initiate those conversations. And
So do you think,
go ahead.
Do you think that, okay, so, because you're special, and I think everybody listening can agree how special you are. You're so open. You have an open door policy. I know that people can just come to the station. I mean, pre-COVID, you have to be a little careful now, of course. And you'll invite them in to have coffee and a donut, but I would think that would be a great approach for the entirety of the police force, because we're talking about protecting and serving. I love the way you say, hey, you have access to me when we're not trying to particularly solve a crime, so that when you need that information and you can get to the street to get it, well, then you have some people who are used to conversing with you outside of that. And now you're asking me to fight fear, right? Come on, let's be real. I got to say something that's happening that could, come back on me and my family, and I got to live here. But because you already have that community support, you already have a relationship with these people, then, the people in the community, then we can come and talk to you. Here, I said that to say this. That is so, to me, few and far in between. I live in Friendswood. I'm just going to say it now. This is the real and raw. I can't imagine any one of those folks ever offering me to come in. I have never heard such a thing ever in my life. I haven't heard it anywhere come out of any protector's mouth. And the Bible tells us that you have we should honor those who bear the sword. You bear the sword. You're protecting us. So we honor you. And we want to help you, but we feel like we can't because of all of these images. We see more of the images of things happening to us that are not good, and way less of the images of what you're bringing to the table. And that's why we asked you on the show, to be quite honest, is because we said, wow, she should be the leader of the whole America, training people. I mean, seriously though, has anybody else watching heard someone get on TV and honestly say that they're inviting the community in when there's not a problem going on, to just sit and have coffee and talk? Is there an open door so you can come in and get to know who's protecting and serving you? So what are we going to do about that? What do you say to your fellow folks, if that's something you can say? Or we'll say it. Okay, maybe I said it. So I'd like to ask you, where did you get this heart from? Where did you get this love to be so open, yet firm enough to put somebody in jail when they need to be in jail?
So I can't say, I can say that I belong to God. And this is what I was made for. I really do have a heart for the people that we serve. I don't know, I don't really understand not having this type of disposition, to be honest with you. If you are, I'm getting paid to be here. This is what I'm supposed to do, is to connect with the community. There is no way that we can even be as effective as we are now without this connection. And I know some people with the uniform, they're still like, no way, Jose, I'm not coming to your station. So guess what? We come out in the community. That's why we go and we set up shop. We get involved in the different programs. I have officers that are all over the community. It's not just me. I've got community service officers. I actually prefer not to have events at the community. I prefer to do it out there. During COVID, we decided, at first we kind of stopped everything at the beginning of COVID. And then after about April, May, June, I was like, no, we can't do this, y'all. We have got to do something. And so we partnered with the Turkey Leg Hut and U of H High School, and we did a turkey leg. Turkey Leg Hut gave away free turkey legs, and and the snow cone shop. I can't remember the name. It's Snow Dreams, I believe. It's off of Scott Street. We partnered with them. They came and gave away free snow cones, and we had so many different people from the community that represented so many different organizations. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee came, and they personally handed out turkey legs. The mayor came. We also had organizations that were getting people to, register to vote. They came and they were walking up to cars and getting people registered. We had an organization that helps to connect. It's called Share Jobs. They came and they were approaching the vehicles and introducing people of the community to their organizations. We also partnered with Texas Southern University, Precinct 7. They helped us out with the traffic. When I say that was like a dream come true. And after that, we just decided, you know what? Not to say we forget COVID, but what we did is we made sure that everybody was masked up. You couldn't even approach Congresswoman without a mask. She would stop, put your mask on, and then they would get their turkey legs and they would be able to proceed on. But after that, we continued on and we had other events. We had the roving, the Halloween trunk or treat, and then followed by the floating Santa workshop. I mean, we just stayed out there, y'all. And you know what? We're going to stay out there. So if you don't feel comfortable coming to us, you can. And I've had people call me and say, hey, don't forget my apartment complex. So you can call me and tell me, hey, we are here. Please come to us. And if you're not in South Central's area, I will connect you to the proper leadership. So, all you need to do is you can call the station and leave me a message, or you can email, and I will be glad to leave my email, on this. Matter of fact, I'll type it in the chat. But yes, we understand the hesitation, okay? Because some of you guys have had some experiences, and I am very sorry for those experiences. But please give us a chance, because we have a new chief Troy Finner. Give us a chance. He's an awesome leader, and he believes being in the community that's the way that was the background of his career was being in the community, being a part of the community, loving on the community. So just give us a chance. And if you don't want to come to the station, you can email me or you can call the station.